Hey lovies, so today on my channel we are going to be going over my weekly and daily skincare routine. We're going to start with my favorite skin cleanser, and that is the Cerave Foaming Facial Cleanser. It is for normal to oily skin, but can also be used on combination skin. So the way I like to use it is to add about a dime size amount into my hand, add some water to it, get it nice and foamy, and then go ahead and do it circular motions on my skin. And the best results are to do it for 1 minute. You just go ahead and keep doing those circular motions all over for 1 minute. If you wear heavy makeup or are not so good about cleaning your skin at night, you could definitely do your cleansing twice. But since I usually wash at night, I don't feel the need to do it twice during the day. And I'm going to go ahead and rinse this off with a little lukewarm water. You definitely don't want to use hot water because hot water sort of strips away that layer of skin that you need. Since we're going to be using a little bit harsher product later on, we don't really want to use hot water. So I'm going to take a damp towel, and you could also use a dry towel, but I like to dampen my towel and just pat my face dry before I move on to the next part of our skincare regimen. The next part that we're going to do is the Dermalogica Super Microfoliant. So the Super Microfoliant is Dermalogica's um, gentle exfoliant, and it's my favorite one that I like to use simply because it's gentle. Like I can't find one that I could use, on a regular basis that is as gentle as this. I use it 1 to 2 times a week, and I just add like a dime size amount into the palm of my hand, add a little bit of water, and then go ahead and foam it up. And just the same way you did with the other cleanser, you just go around in circular motions, real gentle press of the fingertips. I like this superfoliant. It's different than the microfoliant in that this one is made for aging skin. And since y'all know your girl is a bit over 40, she can use anything she can get to help with that. So they pretty much though have most of the same properties. And again, since we're going to be using a pretty harsh product later on, I just want to make sure that my exfoliant is really gentle. Mom was asking me a question there, y'all, I had to answer. So anyway, we're going to go ahead and rinse this off in the same way we did the first cleanser, and that's just with a barely lukewarm water. Just rinse, make sure we get it all off, and then just pat it dry with a towel. I normally would go down my neck and on my décolleté area. However, I have a little bit of heat rash going on in that area, so I don't want to do anything to disrupt that. So I'm leaving it alone for now, y'all. The next product that I'm going to be using is that I would normally use in my skincare routine after my cleanser is the Ordinary Glycolic Acid Toning Solution. And it's a 7% glycolic acid, which isn't very high, but you definitely need to be careful when you're using this. It definitely is made more for people with oily skin or combination skin. So I would just put it on a cotton pad and rub it all over the skin, and then afterwards put on my moisturizer. But this weekend, we are doing some extra care to the skin, doing a little extra self care. So, this is the product that I'm actually featuring for today, and it is the Ordinary AHA 30%, BHA 2% peeling solution. And this is a pretty deep um, alpha hydroxy acid. So it definitely gives a little bit of a tingle. So if you have really sensitive skin, or you have something like rosacea, or even something like psoriasis on the face, I definitely would recommend not using this product. But since my skin is pretty good, I tend to use this about once a week. And I just take the little dropper and I put it on, and I take my skincare fan brush and I just wipe it all over the areas, staying away from the super sensitive areas around the eyes, um, on the lower parts of the nose, and around the mouth. But you definitely want to make sure that you get it all over. The directions say to definitely use this on a dry skin. So you want to make sure that the skin is completely dry before you add it, because adding it with water will heat it up and it will have more of an effect than you wanted to, and could possibly cause burns. So, like I said, not on the neck, not today. Or if you have any sensitive areas of the neck, don't go ahead and do it. So, it says to let it sit on for about 10 minutes, anywhere from 5 to 10 is what I usually do. And I'm just going to take these sponges with a little lukewarm water and remove all of the product. And I'm going to do that a couple of times using both sides of the sponge. And these skincare sponges you can find at the dollar store. You can get them from Sephora, I believe, and even from Ulta Beauty. Or you can go online and just order them. And they're just regular soft sponges that you can use on the face. You could also use like the large cotton pads, or um, skin care, other skincare professionals, so that you can use like the foldable cotton pads too. So you can use the round ones or the large foldable ones. So once we remove all of that and make sure that we have gotten it off all good, we are going to go ahead and do a bit of a clay mask today, just to tone down a little of what was going on. And because the clay mask is good for the skin, and for the sake of this video, we wanted to use mostly products that you can find at the drugstore and that aren't very expensive. The most expensive product that I did use today was the Dermalogica Superfoliant. This right here is a L'Oreal clay mask, and I like it. It actually works pretty good. Is it the best one that I've ever used? No, but for the sake of this video, it works pretty good. And so the directions on the L'Oreal mask say that you can leave it on for up to 20 minutes. I think I let this one stay on somewhere between 15 and 18 minutes on Sunday. So you're just going to stay on, let it dry. Now, if you have a facial steamer, once you put on your mask, you can definitely use a facial steamer. You could also use a hot towel to remove the mask. It gives you the same effect as the facial steamer. Now, everyone is not going to do this after they use the peeling solution, but I just think it's a good way to calm the skin. Normally, I would get all of under my neck, all of my décolleté area, but like I said, I didn't want to do anything to irritate that heat rash. So while we are letting the mask sit on the face, I'm going to go ahead and do a little lip scrub. And this lip scrub I actually got from Walmart. It's called EcoLips. I think it was around $5, and it is actually a certified organic lip scrub made with brown sugar. And I'm just going to go ahead, put that on my lips, do actually a little bit of circular motion here, maybe even rub the lips together just to really work it in. This product is also certified by Fair Trade, so not only is it organic, but it is a fair traded product, and I appreciate that. So after we wipe off the lip scrub, we're going to go ahead and take our damp sponges and remove all of that clay mask. Sometimes you got to go in a few times. Definitely not too hard. I probably could have used a little bit lighter hand this time, but just wanted to make sure we got all of that off before we move on to our next ordinary product. And the ordinary AHA peeling solution, I believe, was about $7 at Sephora. And it honestly has become one of my favorite products. I know there are some other people, on YouTube like Jackie Ina that say that it really didn't work for her, but I've gotten really good results with it. And skincare is definitely subject, it is subjective. What works for me might not work for you. It's definitely oftentimes trial and error. So, and like I said, if you have super sensitive skin, you definitely want to stay away from this peeling solution because it works very well. And so after we remove all of the clay mask, I'm going to go in with my Alpha Arbutin 2%, and this one is a hyaluronic acid, and it also has alpha arbutin in it. And basically, this is just a good moisturizer for the skin. I like to actually take it and use it with my jade roller. And I also actually like to actually dampen my fingers just a little bit when I put it on. You don't want the fingers dripping wet, just enough to rub it around. But like I said, to keep all of that product going nice and good deep in the skin, that's where I use my jade roller. That way you rub it all in, and that way you're not rubbing it, off the face and into your fingers as well. So just go ahead and use it. And if you keep your jade roller in a cool place, mine is double ended, so it's good to use for those puffy spots in the face if you have any that day, especially like under the eyes. So once I finish getting all of that hyaluronic acid into the skin, I'm going to go ahead and use my the ordinary caffeine solution 5%, and this one is supposed to reduce the appearance of dark circles under the eyes as well as hyperpigmentation and puffiness. um I noticed it to work really good, not so much for the hyperpigmentation, but it definitely works to reduce the puffiness. And so, like I said, it's always a trial and error with these types of products, how well they work for you. So, the fact that it helps to reduce the puffiness, I really enjoy. Like I said, I'm going to take my nice cool jade roller and go over that area. The coolness of the jade roller also helps reduce puffiness. And the last two things that I'm going to put on are my Olay Ultimate Whip facial sunscreen. This one has an SPF of 35, and you definitely want to make sure after you use something harsh like an acid or a peeling solution, before you go outside in this hot sun, especially during these summer months, that you use a SPF. 35 is a really good one. 15 works, but not as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that on. And I really like this Olay whip. It's nice and it's not greasy, but see how it leaves my skin looking nice and glowy. I super duper love that. And last but not least, I'm gonna go in with my um Art Naturals Art Naturals hyaluronic lip balm. I'm just gonna rub that all over. This works well under your lipstick and all those good things. And that is my skincare routine. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.